have some food in your stomach. You don't want to. No, I mean, I feel it. 8.5%.
Yeah, with the empty stomach,
stars.
it's not a good idea. It's never a good idea to drink any kind of alcohol with an empty stomach.
I mean, we do all the time, Dad. So what do you think?
I know. This is why we're recommending not to do it, because we know what it feels like.
Hello beer lovers, this is David Hoffman, your host with my father Thomas Hoffman. Today we're super pumped because we're going to introduce you to this incredible double IPA by Parish Brewing out of Broussard, Louisiana. I actually visited this brewery like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, I forgot exactly when, but it was amazing. It feels like a barn brewery in the middle of nowhere, like in the bayou, right outside of Lafayette. And yeah, so this is Ghost in the Machine. Right, so Ghost in the Machine is a double IPA, 8.5% alcohol. This is an amazing beer, really hoppy, lots of citrusy flavors. I mean, it is a bomb. 8.5%, I mean, you're up there. These are strong beers.
Right.
Everything
so
8 and
do
higher.
I expect some interesting results quickly?
I think so. I mean, it's a really cool beer. You can get it at Whole Foods is where I bought it.
Oh, okay.
It cost me like $3.99 each bottle. So not a super cheap beer, obviously craft beer. It has to be, you know, it's more high end, obviously.
Correct.
So it's a juicy double IPA with a burnt orange color similar to orange juice and contains a crazy amount of citra hops from Yakima Valley in Washington. It has a citrusy, grapefruit-like aroma and a fruity tropical flavor and a slightly bitter finish, which is less bitter than most double IPAs. Well, if you've ever had a double IPA, they're extremely hoppy. They have bitterness to it. Obviously, that's one of the traits of hops, you know, the bitterness, but also the citrus flavors and very juicy, very
Usually
fruity.
it's tart and
Tart,
and,
citrus, passion fruit. I mean, you get these flavors out of it, right?
Yeah, let's try it out.
So let's pop this guy open. Oh, but before we pop it open, I just want to say I love the bottle, right?
Yeah.
The bottle is very nice, and you can see it right looking through it. It looks super cloudy. Super cloudy. Prost.
Prost!
Wow.
You know how you say Prost in Turkish?
How?
Şerefe.
Şerefen.
Şerefe.
Şerefe.
For the Turkish audience.
And in Italian, brindiamo.
Brindiamo.
Alberin, Gazur,
Salud.
Salud. Ghibli,
Chin
Ching
chin.
Ching. This guy. Well, what do you think about
Italy, you say chin chin also.
it? Nah, brindiamo, brindiamo.
Salud. Salud. Salud.
He's already drunk and he hasn't drunk anything. So what do you think?
Let me try it.
I mean, this is it's a nice, super fruity,
Hoppy citrus.
yeah, citrusy, lots of citrus flavors here.
Yeah. It's like it's got a bit of grapefruit, like a grapefruit note.
Yeah, I mean, it's bitter, but like I
it's
said,
light. It doesn't feel like it doesn't have a kick. At least I don't feel it.
I mean, it doesn't have a double IPA kick.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
that's like
It's
a
softer.
super bitter punch in the face.
It's softer. It feels soft. For now, we'll see what happens.
You know what it is with this beer? Because I actually, when I had it on draft at the brewery, and I gotta say, I mean, obviously this is from a bottle that came here. I don't even know what day.
A while
They actually
back.
have the dates and how long ago it was actually bottled, but it probably hasn't been sitting there more than a few weeks. And I mean,
It kind of
max,
loses a little
max.
bit probably compared to being in the factory. I mean, you're in the factory.
you
right?
never get beer like you get it from the draft. You never like.
Yeah.
Keg to draft, to you is the best. Oh,
I remember filming with you with those flights we did, like in Orlando and some of the other places. My goodness, and they come out of the keg. I mean, they feel different. I mean, they feel like
that.
But this is good. This is I mean, it's enjoyable. This is actually like, you could drink a couple of these, no problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable.
It's very enjoyable.
What I think about this beer is that it's a good intro to double IPA. So remember, Ghost in the Machine out of Parish Brewing, 8.5. Good intro double IPA, because when you jump into the double IPAs, you usually feel the really hoppy flavors in terms of the intensity of bitterness. It just hits you harder.
Double hop.
Well, yeah, it's double dry hop, but but what it does is that you just feel like, whoa, like too much hop. Sometimes when I have too many double IPAs, I'm like, oh, it's like I actually don't want to drink anymore.
Okay.
This I feel good. Like it actually feels like a regular
Yeah, it's softer.
IPA.
It's a bit softer. And I love the skull.
The skull?
The skull looks amazing.
Parish. Well, so my dad wants me to tell you what parish means. So if you guys don't know, in Louisiana, they don't call it counties like we're in Dade County, Florida right now. they don't call it counties there. It's like the one state, I'm pretty sure it's the one state doesn't have counties. They have parishes, and that's because
the French heritage.
It was the French heritage, and that goes back to like religion, right? Because of parish.
But parish, it's a organizational boundary for religion. Usually, I think Catholic Church, or Christian Church, maybe.
Exactly.
I think Catholic, probably. So you have parishes, and many countries around the world have this kind of an religious inheritance, and they have parishes.
I mean, especially if they're like, you know, obviously predominantly Catholic or Christian, right? Correct. And if you do go to this brewery, you'll love it because they have this. I think they have 2 or 3 other core beers, and then they have a crazy amount of different things. They have barrel-aged beers. They have barley wine, which is really amazing beers. I tried like 12, I think, when I went there. I'm just thinking back. I looked at my stuff today. I was like, wow, how many beers I tried. Yeah, I mean, I have a huge flight. But this one obviously is the staple. This one's like the main one that they are, you know, moving around in the United States. So again, core beers. Core beers are the ones that they bottle and they push them out supermarkets, liquor stores, etc. So they get pushed around the states. Sometimes they move them out internationally. I love it. I can drink this on a beach on a super hot day and I would feel good.
Okay, that's also, a perfect beach.
So
they call it
my dad noticed, it says here manifested on October 7th, 2020. So it's been in this bottle for less than 20 days. But 20 days already is the difference between draft and 20 days.
I see very interesting also on the label. The skull is losing its mind.
Well, that's not mine, that's hops.
Well, it's losing its hops.
So Dad, I don't know how many IPAs you've tried, or double IPAs. I've tried a lot. I keep this up there as one of my favorites. And I'm actually gonna rate this one at an 8.5 out of 10.
I'd say, yeah, it's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant beer to drink.
I mean, especially with this weather right now, I think it's like 85 Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius, 20 something here in Miami. Super hot, like I'm already sweating out here. You know, obviously there's no air conditioning out here. We just have natural air, and it feels good. Yeah,
it's refreshing.
And also drink this with food. I would recommend that, especially if you're gonna have 2 or 3. Have some food in your stomach. You don't want to. No, I mean, I feel it. 8.5%.
Yeah, with empty stomach, it's not a good idea. It's never a good idea to drink any kind of alcohol with an empty stomach.
I mean, we do all the time, Dad. So what do you think?
I know. This is why we're recommending not to do it, because we know what it feels like.
Bueno, Prost. You didn't tell us the rating. What's your rating?
I'd say an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I'd say an 8. Not that I want to take away from you, but you know, I think it's up there. It's good. It's very good. I mean, we drank it so easily, you know. It's like
it's one beer.
Water.
One beer.
It's not water, but it's water. It's like
it's made from water.
Well, I tell you what. It's tricky. It's the kind of tricky beer because it doesn't feel like it's kicking you or doing anything to you, but I'm sure it will at 8.5%.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna have one and you're fine.
That's why you give it an 8.5 rating, because 8.5%.
No, I give it an 8.5 because, to be honest, being anywhere 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in that category, I really wouldn't have to not like it or have lots of things that I don't like about it.
Yeah, like doubt it. Like I have some beers that I would give it 4, not because they're bad. It's just to my taste, they're not pleasant.
Up to par. Yeah. Bueno, we're snobs now. We're craft beer snobs.
Craft beer snobs, because of you. It's your fault.
So, just so you guys remember, this is Ghost in the Machine from Parish Brewing out of some town right outside of Lafayette, Louisiana. 8.5% alcohol, double IPA, super kick, awesome beer. Dad, prost to that?
Prost.
Prost. Last prost.
Last prost.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you've ever tried this beer, or if you enjoy double IPAs. And if you did, if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel for more awesome beer content. We'll see you on the next one tomorrow.
I already drank mine.
Man, you're going too fast.